I am now 23 years in the wine industry, but 42 years in agriculture. I started on a farm, which wasn't a wine farm at the time, but now it is. I know how important it is to have the right skills and the right environment where knowledge is transferred.
I started in the wine industry in 2013. My background has got nothing to do with wine, and I've been in the hospitality industry for a very, very long time. And I transitioned into the wine industry really for my love for food and wine and people.
So I was the third generation in my family growing up on a wine farm because I couldn't study what I wanted to in the industry because of challenges. But that never stopped me on the continuous learning part, from doing pest control and clearing water lines in vineyards up through a tasting room. And 15 to 20 years later, I've reached the goal of sales and brand executive and looking at the wine business a lot more holistically.
We're doing legacy work. It's work that is not being duplicated, and it is work that are being packaged in such a way that somebody can develop further in a career and to be able to stay relevant, and it brings opportunity that we never saw and that might now be more clear and more available for industry or anybody to see and find.
So the South African Wine Industry Professional Body is very much a first of its kind. Within our industry and within the ambit of the professional body, we cover the entire value chain. So that being your primary production sector, your secondary production where you have your winemakers, your wine marketing and tourism, your logistics and distribution, because all of these things works as a domino effect.
I mean, if we don't have people doing those important jobs and roles within the occupations, how can we put that product of excellence forward to the rest of the world?
What SAWIPB basically does is that it streamlines the process for all of these different areas of the value chain to work well together.
Our industry have a lot of information, research, experts, networks, and getting that networks all together via the platform and other platforms such as information days and knowledge donation days. So I believe there's a lot of value in that.
A lot of what we do is kind of tip of the spear stuff within SAWIPB. Recognizing people within the industry, people that formerly would be not properly acknowledged because of their social background, of their lack of funds to educate themselves, but more importantly is getting recognition for their contribution towards the wine industry.
They play a huge role in terms of designating people, finding to an extent this new sense of purpose for every worker, and forgetting this notion of you're just a general worker or just a worker. You belong to a greater family that contributes holistically to the success of the wine industry, and I think that is critical and very important.
The work that SAWIPB is doing is really groundbreaking. It looks at our entire industry, at the entire value chain, and not in isolation, not in silos, but how it all fits together. It really gives people that haven't had the chance to necessarily go to university to have formal education to also have a professional designation.
But it also looks at being a source or a resource for our training providers in or outside of our industry to assist them. I think the professional body is important to create opportunities via our experts for people to grow in their knowledge, making those resources or rich resources that we do have available on one platform and via one source.
It will give you access to an incredible learner management system. So if you are already training your sales team, your seller teams, your vineyard teams, this is a method where you as a producer can actually keep track of the learning activities of your own teams.
So the work that SAWIPB does on an individual level is exponential. What SAWIPB has created, especially through the learner management system, is to create a platform where people can decide what it is that they want to learn. Empowering people to the degree where the person sees in themselves that their efforts, their abilities, and their skills, one, can be recognized, and two, that there's no boundary.
The role that SAWIPB plays is a crucial point because knowledge is power. Experience with knowledge makes you an expert in whatever job you fulfill in the production cycle. It is so important that you can use what you've learned and add value to the companies as where you're going to work as well. The role that SAWIPB is fulfilling now is about careers and not just the job.
Once businesses can actually realize that training is one of the keys to unlocking the profits, then I think there will definitely be a change.
SAWIPB is really focusing on that helping hand, the person, the human being, the human terroir, and bringing those together and ensuring that it just flourishes.
It's like a seed, so it represents new beginnings, it represents the opportunity. As a seed, it's a new beginning, it's a fresh start.
That really works with people and the incredible skills that we as the South African wine industry have.
I believe globally we have a showcase, and we should show that showcase via our product, via our people. That's what I believe our industries should see.
Having someone recognized for their work is extremely important. It is encouraging, it builds confidence. The impact that it makes on the individual level is actually exponential. And so it's timeless work.
What draws people to an industry? What makes people wake up and come and do this hard work day in and day out? Value must be added to their lives in the same way that value is added to our product.